What's up, everybody? This is Heath from the Southern Fried Rod Shop. We do a little update, talk about some stuff. But before I get into the model related items we'll be talking about, I'd just like to say a big roll tide. Alabama, of course, for you guys that follow college football, you know they came back in the second half and beat our most hated rival, Auburn, this past weekend. So, whoo, thank you, football Jesus. We're going to the SEC championship game this weekend, and I hope we beat the mess out of Missouri. Sorry, Cliff, or as most of you guys know him, Road Hog. He's a Missouri fan. So, we can get by Missouri. We'll be headed to the 14 playoff, and more than likely we'll end up playing Florida State. And I know our little sister, Auburn, they got beat by them last year, but I'm hoping we give them a big old Crimson Tide butt whooping this year. So, let's see. On to the model stuff. Trying to get a little better lighting. I got a light hooked up over here. I don't know how much it's going to help, but this is where I'm at with the Monte Carlo. I'm not finished with it. It's pretty close, but I'm not finished. I've got to run exhaust. Got to get to Hobby Lobby and get some soldering wire, because the exhaust that came with the car, I'm not going to use it because I had the catalytic converter on it and everything for the 305, and I put the 454 in there, so there's really no need for a catalytic converter. But there's where she's at, boys. The last I think you guys have seen, I was waiting on the plug wires, got that put in, the coil, got the MSD box in from Chip at extreme scale. You probably won't be able to pick that up, but I did wire the MSD box. I know this is being not the clearest photo or video, but yeah. And then I made the little fuel rail and the fuel line. I had to make that radiator hose, but that's what she looks like. I didn't really have the room to put the MSD box on the firewall because I was trying to save room for the master cylinder, which didn't really matter anyway because the stock master cylinder does not fit because there's no room for it. And before you guys get on me too much, I know that paint is nowhere near perfect. I painted that body before I started my channel. I do believe back in June, because I got this kit, painted the body and a few other things, and I kind of put it back in the box. And then you guys know the story. Seen Chevy Cheeseburger working on his Monte Carlo, and it made me want to break this one out and start working on it. I am proud of the interior, and I've showed you guys that before. Know how well you can see in there. Let's see, get her turned around. There's the rear. Sorry for the terrible lighting, guys. I guess with this car just being black, I've got 3 lights going on in the room right now, but it's probably still crappy lighting. But my buddy Vince Weston, he sent me a decal sheet that had some bow ties on it, and I've already used one, as you can see on the back glass. Got that Moroso sticker, and I hate doing black paint. I mean, this I really wish this paint job would have been better than what it was. I'm not that great at painting a pretty finish. I'd like to say I could do better today as far as watching you guys and seeing how you prep and everything, and that probably would have turned out a little bit better if I would have used a better brand of paint, but I didn't, and that's the outcome. So like I said, crappy paint job, but it is what it is. Almost threw it in the purple pond, and was going to start over. But I know I've heard a lot of people say, go ahead and build it and put it up. That way in a couple of years from now, you'll be able to look back and kind of see where you were at skill-wise when you first started out versus where you are then. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. I mean, I was really close to throwing it in the pond, but then I was like, you know what? I'll just put it on the shelf, and then a couple of years from now, I'll look back and say, I've either came a long way or haven't done much progress. So we'll see. But I think that engine looks pretty good sitting in there. A hell of a lot better than the stock. But yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. And I did cut that fuel line and make it look like it's up under the fuel rail. But also had a glue incident where the glue I was using just would not hold down that wire. And it was a clear glue, or it would, it dries clear, but it just wasn't holding it, because when I molded the wire on the chassis, it kind of stayed in place, but after I cut it and tucked it, it kept popping loose. So like I said, tried to glue it. The glue squirted out too much, and not proud of that at all. Just have to find a better glue that'll hold and dry clear. But I just couldn't find anything other than super glue that would hold that down. There's a lot of pressure pulling off of it. That's the bottom of it. Like I said, guys, I'm not 100% proud of how that turned out with the paint and then the mishap I had with the glue there, but I gave it a shot, tried it, and that's what I got so far. Like I said, I've still got to get some solder and run some exhaust on it. But it didn't turn out too bad. It's not one of my better kits, but or my better builds, but it's alright. It'll look alright on the shelf. Let me pause this and I'll show you something else that I worked on over the little holiday break. By the way, guys, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and enjoyed it with your families. I know we had a great time here at the house. I was off for about 5 days and had fun with the kids. Ate a lot, watched a lot of football, and had a great time. So I hope everybody else did as well. Let me pause this and I'll get back with you and show you what I've been working on lately. Alright, guys, I'm back. If you guys remember, if you watch my channel, I got this kit, I don't know, probably about a month or so ago. Didn't really know what I was going to do with it. I thought I was going to paint it shiny, but the more I kept looking at it, the more I thought it would be a cool little beach-style rat rod. Throw a surfboard in the back, rust it out, and as far as modeling goes, I haven't done a whole lot over the little holiday break that I had. I did clean my bench up, and I got a new, as you can see in the back here, I got this thing, and kind of separated all my little spare parts and stuff, so I like that. So got the model bench cleaned up, got a bunch of stuff thrown away, and then I worked on this car some. I think the rust turned out pretty good. I like the rusting on it. I have not decided on a motor yet, so as of right now it's this curbside. I don't know if I want to put the stock in or go a different route. But this is the 60 Falcon Ranchero. Alright. I'm also going to do a small little black wash on the hubs there. As far as the interior goes, let's see if I get you a shot of that. This kind of weathered it up a little bit. Make it match the car. Weathered up the bed of it pretty good bit. It's kind of something that I thought would look cool as a little beach cruiser. There's a front there. Weathered up the chrome just a little bit so it doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. I don't like seeing nice shiny chrome on an old rusted car. And I still got to put the mirrors on. Well, yeah, that's what I've been doing, guys. And let's see, I hadn't worked on that in several days. I put some pictures of these builds up on Facebook. That's about all I've done lately. For me, there's just been too much football going on, and usually football will trump model building. But I'll holler at you guys in a bit and tell you about something new that I picked up. I'm going to venture away for a minute or from the cars and try something different, just so I don't get wore out on building cars so much. And I'll make another video and talk about that. But until next time, guys, like I said, I hope everybody had a great holiday, and we'll talk to you soon. Roll Tide.